Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a little free library reading challenge, sort of, because I have gone to several little free libraries recently trying to find just a book or two that I'd be interested in reading, and this is what I found. This is it. So we're gonna start off with this one, and then I realized, wait a minute, I have so many little free library books right here in my room that I can choose from. So that's what we're gonna do for the next 2 months. Today, just because I can't find anything else. Next month, because I am saving up my little free library trips for when I do my little free library haul and unhaul in April. That'll be the next one, and I'm super excited about it. This is what we have. We're gonna focus on the books that are here. So I'm gonna attempt to read this. I can either DNF it or read the whole thing. And once I do either of those, I can choose from under that chair. I have a bunch. That's where pretty much all of my little free library books are. So I can literally just go through, read them in order of when I got them, choose some of the shortest ones, like literally whatever I want to do. We shall see what happens. But first we're going to get into this book, which I believe is about 3 women who are getting married. They're kind of in that getting married season of life, but they're all kind of having a different story. I don't really remember the details, but we'll see what I think of this. It's either going to be great or awful. Who knows? Started a timer for 24 hours. So basically I just want to see how much reading I can get done between 4:30 today, 4:30 tomorrow. Okay, just about an hour into this video. I don't think I'm going to read this just because, for one thing, I'm not sure where it's going. There is language throughout it that is just kind of annoying, to be honest. It doesn't really seem like what I want to read. The writing style almost gives me like Great Gatsby vibes, which is not my favorite book ever. So I just think it would be better for me to DNF this, return it to a little free library, and pick something else on my TBR that's from a little free library. So I'm gonna start with whatever books are on my February TBR that are from little free libraries that I have not read yet, with the exception of the books that I will be reading in the next video. That's a whole lot of conditions there, but I am gonna go over and look. Okay, so here we have The Wait by Devon Franklin and Megan Good. And I'm interested to see if I'm gonna like this or if it's just gonna kind of be very cliche, typical. Let's read this. Let's see if I like this or if this can be another DNF/unhaul to go back to a little free library. Okay, I'm about 3 hours in, and I just gotta say I'm really enjoying this book. So glad that I picked it up. If it continues in this direction, I'm gonna have to buy another book to put in a little free library because I'll want to keep this if it continues to be as good as it's been thus far. I'm really happy because I was kind of worried it was gonna be a little bit cliche and cringy. It's really good. Very encouraging, very just like, I don't know what the word is, but it's great. So. Okay, it's about 1:15. Just a little update. Loving this. Don't have that much left to go, but I am gonna get some sleep now, and I will get back to this when I wake up because I want to see how much I can continue to read before 4:30 tomorrow. I think we're doing pretty well. I think this was an excellent choice. Very happy with it. Wednesday, friends. I just finished this and I think I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. As you can tell, there are several quotes that I loved, and I do want to take note of these because I do think that I'm going to return this to a little free library for a few reasons. It was really, really good at the beginning and I was really enjoying it, and then it started to get to the point where there are some things that I don't fully agree with, and there's just a lot. So one of the things is I feel like it's almost like a mindset of like, if I do all these great things to like get ready or whatever, I can get what I want. And that is not accurate. And they don't like explicitly say that or anything, but it is kind of this mindset. And then I was just kind of like curious of who they were because I don't really know anything about them. And so I like Googled them and like looked them up, and I found out that they actually got divorced 2 years ago. And I'm not here to like be judging or anything. Like it just kind of disappointed me that I'm reading a book about this. It just makes me curious, like what happened and what in this book is useful and meaningful and what isn't. Like, this takes a lot of it kind of like neglects the fact that love is a choice, and choosing to act on your commitments is more valuable than preparing for your commitments, I think. And this is a completely unrelated example, but for example, when I was preparing to take the bar exam, I prepared every day, all day long, and was super diligent and intentional about it, but it didn't really matter unless I could perform on the exam, right? So it's like, yes, it's good to prepare and get ready for things that you want in life, not just like relationships, like anything in life. You should be diligent and prepare for it. But that's not like a magical formula for success. And I think that is what stood out to me, not necessarily as much as like the things that they said in here. Although, like you can tell, there are a lot of quotes that I really liked. I hope that is making sense. Like, I'm not trying to be, judgmental. I have no idea what happened in their situation. It just makes me want to be careful about taking advice, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. They talked a lot in the second half about like waiting until you're ready or whatever, or like preparing so that you'll be ready. And I agree that we should be preparing and getting ready for things. But when it comes to like relationships and having kids and stuff like that, I truly don't necessarily believe that you'll ever be 100% ready. I think you just need to make a choice and stay committed to that choice. So that's my perspective on that. Let's choose the next book. Okay, I read a few chapters of this and I'm feeling pretty meh on it. The first chapter that I read was really interesting and I would have liked to kind of follow that story, but there's not really anywhere that I can see this going with that storyline. And I'm not sure that I'm interested in what it's following enough to keep this whole big book. So I think I'm going to try something else out. Let's try that next one. This is The Paid Bridesmaid. I picked this up in a little free library on my birthday, I think. So technically, I picked it up without putting another book in, so this is perfect for a little free library reading challenge. We'll see if I like this and want to replace it with something else, or if I'm going to return this to a little free library. Of course, I doubt I'm going to read the whole thing in an hour, but I have 1 hour left for this reading challenge. So let's see what I can think of this. Okay, so far I'm liking this. It's interesting enough. I feel like it potentially could be an open door romance, so I'm gonna kind of see where this goes, but I am gonna continue it for now. Alright guys, I fell asleep. I'm so tired for some reason. I don't know why. But I have like literally like 8 minutes left, 7 minutes now. I'm gonna try to read another chapter and then we'll be done with this little reading challenge. Okay, that is 24 hours of reading and also having a life. Let's see what I accomplished. Okay, so here I am with the 4 books that were featured in this video. So first of all, you guys now read it. I'm going to return it to a little free library. It just was not it for me. I also looked on Goodreads because I am putting all the books that I DNF in a Goodreads folder. And I saw that the rating on there was 2.75, so apparently I'm not missing much. Glad to be unhauling this. Well, putting it back. Read The Wait. I liked it at first, and then it kind of lost its appeal when it got to the point where I was starting to not fully agree with everything. And then I read that they are not together anymore, and it just kind of is almost like an unreliable narrator, you know? It's kind of like, well, why am I reading this? And like, I went back and I looked into what they had said, and they were like, oh yeah, nobody's at fault, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, well then, what was this? Because there's some good stuff that they said in here, but disappointed. I'll probably just like write down all the quotes that I really liked, because I mean, there's some good stuff in here. Just kind of disappointed, but glad I read it. I decided I am going to put this back in a little free library just because it just really isn't following a plot line that I can get behind. It's like, it could be interesting, but I also don't know if it will be, and I'm not sure I want to read a 400-page book that I'm not sure where it's going. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back in a little free library. And then I am going to continue reading The Paid Bridesmaid just because I want to see what this is really about. If I continue reading it, I mean, I'm going to put it back on my TBR cart so that it can come up in a future TBR. So stay tuned if you want to see if I end up finishing this or if I end up DNFing it. I don't know. We shall see, but this is the only one that I'm keeping for now, but I don't need to buy a book to replace it with because I haven't finished it. So nothing that I need to buy for this video, and all 3 of these will be part of my next little free library video that I anticipate coming out in April. And it's going to be a little adventure video, hopefully, because I'm sure by then we will have reached 250 subscribers and surpassed it, hopefully, and be able to go have a fun adventure in the city. So this is added to my stack of books here that's getting pretty tall for the little free libraries. I also have some up here that are going to be part of this stack. It's going well. I'm excited, but yeah. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you guys so much for being here. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment below and let me know if you've read any of these books. Do you have a similar or different opinion on any of them? Let me know, and I will talk to you all next time. I am literally about right now to get into the books from this stack that I'll be reading for my Nicholas Sparks reading vlog. I think I'm going to start with Message in a Bottle, but you guys will have to stay tuned to see if that is the case. So that, I'll talk to you all on hopefully Friday is when that video will come out. Just a little reminder, my mom is having surgery this weekend, so if it doesn't come out on Friday, please don't be mad at me. It's just, I'm going to do the best I can, and it could be Saturday or Sunday. I don't know. Obviously, I want to stick with my schedule, but thank you all for being patient and a little bit flexible as I'm trying to make sure that I'm figuring out the best upload schedule for me and for you guys. But yeah, anyway. I'm gonna stop rambling now, and I'll talk to you all next time. Bye!